Viewers, the country is talking about an anticipated film release. The movie Accidental Prime Minister is going to be hitting the screens very soon. Its trailer is out. Let's have a look at some of those pictures. And the trailer suggests that Dr. Manmohan Singh, who has been cast really as the accidental Prime Minister based on Dr. Sanjay Baru's book, was being remote controlled by Sonia Gandhi. She was the real power behind the throne. Now, this has been talked about, but never projected on screen. The movie makes no pretensions. The Prime Minister is played by Anupam Kher. And if you look at his portrayal, he couldn't have got it more spot on. In fact, if you don't look too closely, he even looks like Dr. Manmohan Singh. He sounds like him. He walks like him. And it is quite fantastic that the acting has been able to recreate the persona of a person who continues to live amongst us. I don't think we've had biopics that have been made on living personalities. But all that aside, the film is being viewed by the Congress party as a massive political plot that has been orchestrated by the Bharatiya Janata Party to tarnish before the 2019 elections the Gandhi family, portrayed as a self-righteous, self-obsessed entity that governed the nation as if it was its own fief and remote controlled the Prime Minister of the nation as if he was their vassal. And this is what is making Congress cadres upset, so much so that they're going out there and they're defacing the posters of this movie. In some quarters, the cadres have said, we're going to come out onto the streets and protest outside cinema halls. We will ensure that distributors who have the rights to screen the movie don't do so, because this is a political satire that has only one objective, which is to portray the Gandhi family 3 months ahead of elections in a pathetic light. Is this political propaganda? Is the timing questionable? Should we even be discussing all of that? What's the big deal? If the Congress feels so strongly, maybe they can make a film about Mr. Modi. There's already a book by Dr. Shashi Tharoor that can give them a great script. Is the Congress playing spoil sport? Is Rahul Gandhi today in danger of contradicting himself when he attacks the Prime Minister for being a dictator, for stamping out free speech? Shouldn't just Rahul Gandhi take it on his chin and get on with life? Well, first watch this trailer. It's quite worthy of actually viewing. It's only a trailer, so the Congress party hasn't even watched the movie, but they're already having a huge number of problems with this film. Just watch the trailer, and we'll then go into this debate, and we'll listen to what the Congress and the BJP have been saying about this movie, which, of course, the trailer has been also tweeted unprecedentedly by the Bharatiya Janata Party, adding more grist to the political rumor mill that this is sponsored by the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is A-grade celluloid propaganda. But first, watch this trailer. Well, the Congress is livid, and listen to what the Congress has to say. Listen to this, viewers.
Totally based on false events and false allegations, I would say. There is a political agenda behind it, and we want to expose that agenda. And in fact, BJP themselves have exposed this agenda now by tweeting officially the trailer of this movie.
I think this is a very pitiable attempt to get yourself back. Basing it on a book which is full of fiction, trying to make a movie out of that, and portraying it through your own Twitter handle. I think it's something which is very sad.
Movie Accidental Prime Minister is made with a malicious intent. Anupam Kher, Akshay Khanna, among others, all are affiliated to the ruling party.
Let's go out there and open this up for debate. Joining us, GV Narasimha Rao, MP and Chief Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. GV Narasimha Rao, political propaganda is the charge. I also have with us Nishant Verma, Ashutosh Mishra. We also have with us Zafar Sareshwala, Royden Roach. And let me ask first, those who have a problem with this movie, why do they have a problem? Ashutosh Mishra, even if it is political propaganda, what's the big deal? Even if it's an ad for the BJP, so what's the big deal? Let the people watch it. Why is the Congress getting so cranky?
I don't see anybody else except the... No, I don't see anybody else except the BJP making a good deal. For the rest of the people, it's as what Amit Shah said about Arun Shuri. संजय बारू को शायद नौकरी नहीं मिली इसलिए इतने शोर मचा रहे हैं. All sort of falsehood in trying to run down learned prime minister.
So why is the Congress hitting the streets and look at the pictures, tearing down the posters, coming out and suggesting that the individuals who are acting in this movie are BJP chamchas, are affiliated to the party? What difference does it make?
Yeah, exactly. And some of those people are affiliated to BJP. Is very,
does it make a difference?
Well known. Even some of the producers and people are also they have some dubious. I mean, they owe GST and this sort of things. So that it's not a problem. And if some congressmen feel bad and they express their views, it's not the view of the party. Why do you take it as the view of the party?
Of course it is. It's being written off from the letterheads of the party, sir. There seems to be a motivated interest in trying to curb the freedom of expression here. Anyhow, let me get the other side. G.V. Narasimha Rao, is the film malicious propaganda to boost you, to make you look good in comparison to the Gandhi family before the elections? Mr. Anupam Kher, who is playing the part of Dr. Manmohan Singh, has said in an interview in the past that he's happy to be called the chamcha of the Prime Minister. He has no problems. So this is a hit job?
Yeah. Rahul, I think what is this all brouhaha about? That Dr. Manmohan Singh was a nominee Prime Minister. He was literally reduced to a rubber stamp Prime Minister, and Sonia Gandhi remote controlled that government, and she was the real power center.
Is this a political hit job?
This is known to every Indian.
Are you using filmmakers now?
No, I think is there a no. It's more of intolerance of the Congress party, and some kind of they think they have a monarch kind of a position in the country, and nothing about them should be talked about in public view. I think this is brazenness and arrogance at its worst, and this is a secret that every Indian knows. That Dr. Manmohan Singh was arm twisted by Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, and they literally bulldozed him on every decision. So it's a fact that everybody knows.
But Dr. Sanjay Baru has written this book. The book is based.
Sanjay Baru knows it
based on his experiences in the Prime Minister's office.
And it very clearly says it's fictionalized.
No, it doesn't.
It's a fictionalized.
It doesn't. It says that certain liberties have been taken, creative liberties, but it is very much based on Dr. Sanjay Baru's book. It's not been fictionalized.
And liberty, it's too much of liberty.
No, that doesn't matter. So what? It's artistic license, sir. I'll tell you, Rahul Gandhi.
As Amit Shah said, as Amit Shah said,
Modi government trying to muzzle right to free speech, will fight any attempt to crush dissent and debate. He doesn't even want to restrain violent Congress supporters. Why this double speak? Ashutosh joins us. Ashutosh, also a journalist. Ashutosh, I want 1 second, Mr. Mishra. 1 second. Let me bring in Ashutosh. Let me also bring him in. Let's open this out. Let's ask. Ashutosh, what's the big deal? Why is the Congress suddenly sensing massive conspiracies? Rahul Gandhi is a champion of free speech. He should ask his party workers to calm down. Instead of assaulting and calling names for the caste, he should just back off. What's the big deal? Let the people make up their mind.
See, Rahul, pardon me saying so, but I think it's a very idiotic reaction from the Congress party. I'm extremely sorry to use this word, but I do not have any other word to express myself. The film is a film, whether it is Every writer and every editor, every director, every actor has a creative freedom which he should exercise. And the Indian Constitution provides that right to expression. I do not know why the Congress party has become so touchy about it, why it is so jittery about it. A film cannot make or break an election. If the Congress party thinks that the BJP is using as a propaganda machinery, that means Congress do not have confidence in itself. The Congress has just won 3 elections in the state assemblies. They should be confident enough that the people in this country have shown some respect and some confidence in them. They should work on that. Instead of that, they are trying to say it is a propaganda movie, this is going to influence election. I do not buy this argument. But yes, the Bharatiya Janata Party also do not have any right to talk about the freedom of expression. They have forgotten about how the film in which the GST policy was expressed in a different way, and how the BJP's Tamil Nadu president, Mr. Soundarya, has reacted on this. The BJP has reacted on this. They have forgotten how the BJP government has banned the release of the Padmavat in their respective states within the government.
Sir, 1 minute. First of all, I'll get to the double standards on freedom of speech in about 30 seconds. But before that, I want to bring in Royden Roach. Royden Roach, if you can hear me, why is the Congress party, in the words of Ashutosh, being so idiotic? Why is it being idiotic? What has it got to hide? What is it worried about? What does it fear? Royden Roach, can you hear me? Okay, we've lost 2 of our speakers. Ashutosh, can you hear me? Royden Roach, can you hear me? Yes, no? Yes. Can Nishant Verma hear me?
I can hear you.
Nishant Verma, can you hear me? Yes, no?
I can hear you.
Okay, both are. Well, can you tell me, Director Saab, when we lose our guest? Because it's very difficult to conduct a debate when I don't know who's patched. Okay, Ashutosh Mishra, why don't you take that question?
I'm here, Rahul.
Ashutosh Mishra, take that question.
So, I don't think...
idiotic is the word
yes,
that is
yes,
being
I'm taking
used.
I'm answering you. That's his personal observation, and Congress party hasn't objected to it at all. So if there is freedom of expression and few congressmen speak their mind, it's not being the party is not being idiotic at all. I think Ashutosh has sort of misread those arguments as being that of the Congress party. Congress party hasn't taken a stance on it. And just to bring him up to date, the person who had written that letter has already withdrawn it. And another lie that was being spread was that it is being banned in Madhya Pradesh. The Madhya Pradesh government has made it clear that it is not being banned. So there is a lot of lies also being spread which have to be taken into consideration.
Lot of lies. Let the viewer make up their mind, sir. You're bothered about lies. Now I want to bring in.
No, I'm sharing the news. I'm bringing them up to speed.
No, bringing up whom up to speed, sir? It's a 5-year-old book,
can
by
I
the
come
way.
in here, Rahul,
Everyone
please?
knows. Okay, Anand Ranganathan wants to come in. Anand Ranganathan.
Yeah, Rahul, first of all, thanks very much for having me. You see, the point is the Congress apologists will never accept the fact that stifling the freedom of speech and expression is in the blood, is in the veins of the Congress party. There are 249 instances since independence, since 1951 to be precise, when the first amendment was brought in by Jawaharlal Nehru, of blatant stifling of freedom of speech and expression. Hundreds of books, films, plays, everything that you can think of, media, press act, has been banned by the Congress party. So this is nothing new. And if you remember, I think about a year ago, the director Madhur Bhandarkar, his film Indu Sarkar, that was on Sanjay Gandhi, if I'm not mistaken, and
yes,
the emergency.
Yeah.
The Congress party sent its goons.
Yes.
And gherawed Madhur Bhandarkar.
Yes.
At a hotel. And the whole thing became very public. And all the 1984, the films based on 1984 genocide, they have been either banned or blocked by the Congress party. We are not just talking of the emergency. We are talking of the paragon of freedom of speech and expression, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who incidentally told Shankar, don't scare me, Shankar.
Section 66A.
Satanic verses was Rajiv Gandhi. But
yes.
what people... Absolutely. What people don't understand is that Jawaharlal Nehru
Nasiruddin Shah was kept
is
out
responsible.
Of just
under
last
him,
week, Nasiruddin Shah was kept out of the Jaipur Literary Festival
by the Congress party.
Under a Congress Sarkar. Now, Nishant Verma,
yes.
You know, आप बड़ी-बड़ी बातें करते हैं about freedom of speech. एक छोटी सी movie किसी ने बनाई चाहे बीजेपी ने बनाई, चाहे उनके सपोर्टर्स ने बनाई, आपकी फूक निकल गई. ये क्या चक्कर है? What's happening? You're getting worried. What is there to hide?
May I
in
talk?
open country.
Okay, quick 4 or 5 points. Very quick 4 or 5 points here. Number one, I would love to watch this movie once it is released, but subject to one condition that everywhere is people are aware. Has the NOC been taken from Sonia Gandhi, Manmohan Singh, because they are alive? It's a biopic made on them. It's a CBFC rule, not my rule, number one. Number two, Sanjay Baru wrote this book. It was released in 2014. Excellent. It is not controlled by CBFC. Now read Pankaj Pachauri, who says whatever is there in the trailer is all male cow dung. I don't want to use the phrase, make it yourself. Number three, GVL Narasimha Rao and my friend Dr. Anand Ranganathan. How would you and why would you not condemn Mr. Narendra Modi for banning Parzania, Firak in Gujarat, which were made on Gujarat 2002 riots? You will not do that,
Nishant,
and you will cry foul when
Nishant,
somebody says go take permission of, allow me to complete, allow me to complete please. When somebody says go take permission of Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh,
Rahul,
because it is a
CBFC
CBFC rule. And lastly, today Manmohan Singh was laughing. Laughing means in his own style, you know, smiling when some media persons were asking anything about this movie from Dr. Manmohan Singh. You know the reason why he was smiling? Because he knows ये डब्बा गोल movie है, अनुपम खेर की movie नहीं चलती. And lastly, Vijay Gutte, the director of the movie, was arrested 2 months back for GST fraud of 34 crores.
What difference does that
If
make,
sir? अगर यही चीज आप किसी कांग्रेस के
what difference does that
Why
make?
not? Anupam Kher is taken money from a chore.
Well, the
fine,
movie has
there'll
been
be a-
based on
Anupam
people who
Kher
are out
is
right
taken
now out on
one
bail.
bail from a
Your
chore who
objection is
got and
sounding
arrested,
silly and
and the
idiotic.
court
You sound
documents
as if
say
someone has
that
stepped on your
the
toes.
man
No,
who is a chore
NOC
of our
must be
taxes
taken. Why
to
would
the
the
tune of
censor board have
34
cleared the
crores.
movie? Hello, the censor board has cleared the movie.
Now,
there is point when you say that yes. No, I accept only one of your 5 points.
Rahul Gandhi and Manmohan Singh.
Nishant, one of your 4 points.
Rahul, allow me a minute. Just 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds, please. Just 10 seconds, please. There is a tax chore in this country called Vijay Gutte, who is also the director of this movie, and BJP official handle plays its promotional trailer of the movie. चौकीदारी चोर है साबित हो गया.
Okay.
What else do you want?
Okay,
Mr.
GV Narasimha Rao, 2 charges. One is political, that the persons who have produced this film are involved in GST evasion, etc., and you have taken ownership of that, so you have legitimized
He was
someone's
arrested in the
dubious
court.
antecedents in doing so. One. Secondly, why are you sitting in judgment of the Congress party when you banned Parzania, a movie on the Gujarat riots, and it was Narendra Modi who banned it as Chief Minister in Gujarat?
Firak by Nandita Das.
True.
No, Rahul, if tax chori is something that should become a topic of discussion, but then Rahul Gandhi is accused of the same tax chori, Sonia Gandhi is accused of the same tax theft, and both of them are accused of property theft to the tune of 5,000 crores.
You are wrong.
So I think
You are
we are
wrong.
not discussing
You are
all that
wrong,
in this
Mr.
debate. And we are
Diverting
not,
from the topic.
see,
He is not answering.
I want him to stop his nonsense.
You're supporting
Let me
Vijay
have my
Gutte,
say. I
the
did
tax
not
chore of
interject
India.
when he spoke.
Listen, they didn't interrupt you.
Chowkidari chore.
They
I
didn't interrupt you.
let me have my say.
1 minute.
We-
Now, gentlemen,
we-
GV Narasimha Rao
No.
heard you out
No, you
patiently.
are-
give him that.
You
give
are
him
speaking.
that space. Go ahead. GV Narasimha Rao. Finish your
Yeah,
point.
you are speaking for a party whose leaders are accused of tax theft. You have no shame. And you want to talk about some director, I don't even know what is his background. If he was involved in any kind
Narendra
of
Modi is
case,
accused in
he will have to
2002
pay for
riots.
it.
He is
This
an accused.
government
The
will
matter
bail
is
out
sub judice in
nobody.
Supreme
Have
Court.
no
It is
influence.
an appeal.
But the
What are
reality
you
of the
talking
day
about?
1 minute, let him
why
respond.
is the Congress party touchy about films?
Yes.
Why is the Congress party touchy about films which reflect the happenings during a particular era?
Let
Why
me
is
ask.
the Congress party so skeptical and so scared? I think this is the best publicity, pre-release
Rahul, can I-
publicity that Congress
Royden
has given to
Roach.
Anupam Kher and the entire film crew.
What is worrying the Congress party today? Is it the fact that something has come alive on screen which was hinted at in a book and talked about in the corridors of power, and now it's going to come to life? Is that what is worrying the Congress party? 3 months
Forget
ahead of the
about
election?
the movie. Why is BJP supporting the tax store of the country?
Mr. Roach.
Are you referring to Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi?
I don't think the movie will be bothering the Congress in any way.
I am referring to Vijay Gutte.
It is upsetting
I don't think
the
the movie is
Congress.
going to bother the
Congress is
Congress
saying
in
that
any
the
way.
movie
Trailer
But
is being
as Mr. GVL is mentioning, I don't think why are they politicizing the movie. Number one. Number two is,
how are you supporting Vijay Gutte? You are the supporters of Nirav Modi.
Okay,
You are the
Nishant
supporters of
Verma,
Mehul
even if they
Choksi.
were
Sir, can I
supporting,
speak, please?
even
Sir,
if
can
they
I
were
please speak?
supporting,
Can
how
I
does
please
that
speak,
have
sir?
anything to do with
Can I
the
please
freedom
speak?
Even
And
thieves
Jordan,
have freedom of
Jordan,
expression in this country. It doesn't
It's
stop
very
them
clear,
from
the
using a
movie is
silly
not going to upset the
analogy
Congress.
to
But
make
one
a
thing,
very
Rahul,
silly
what I would like
point
to make
and to
clear
borrow
is,
Ashutosh's
in
phrase,
case-
you're sounding
in case the
idiotic.
movie
Now
has
1
been
minute,
released,
relax,
if it
calm
has
down.
been released,
I
why
need
is
to,
it that
I
they are
need
not
to
even
lower your
asking?
fader. I want to bring in Mr. Roach. Mr. Roach, yes.
Why is it that the Congress was not asked?
About what?
Yes, Rahul. The thing is, see, I
About
don't think
what?
the movie is going to upset the Congress by any way. And
Congress
one
was
thing,
asked about
even
what?
GVL should. This is not going to upset the Congress at all.
No, asked about what? What do you want
They
the
should
Congress to be
even
asked
oppose them
about?
about the movie before even ask about the movie before releasing the movie, because
Why?
the character clearly mentions
Nahi,
Mr.
wo
Manmohan
kya?
Singh. The name
No,
is
no,
mentioned
are they-
there. Rahul
are
Gandhi
they
is
the
mentioned.
ठेकेदार
Sonia
of
Gandhi
this
is mentioned.
country that you have to
You
ask
need
them?
to approach them.
This is ridiculous. Ashutosh, you know, you've been a journalist,
Yes,
you've also been a
you're right.
politician,
It is a name.
Ashutosh. We also
Rahul,
have with
you're
us,
implicating the name
you
into
know,
it.
we also
Come
have
on,
with us
Rahul.
Zafar
Come on,
Sareshwala, and I
Rahul.
want
No,
to
no,
go out to
please,
both
Rahul,
these individuals. One
please get off
second.
this.
We need
You
to
have
take
to
clearances,
have
NOCs
the-
now
you
from
have to
Sonia
have
and
the
Rahul
concern
Gandhi.
of this before
Zafar
using the name
Sareshwala,
of
I
in
mean,
a movie.
are we living in a
They are
democracy or are we
leaving
living in some
people out
family,
there. It's not
you know,
about history.
plutocracy?
So
I
let
can't
me tell you
understand
one
this.
thing.
Ashutosh
They
wants to
should
come in
ask,
first.
they
1 minute.
should
Royden Roach, 1
take that
second.
thing.
We have
You
to
look
ask
at
the
what
first
is
family of
happening.
India or
Why is
something.
it- why is
Ashutosh,
Say,
tell me.
Rahul,
Yes. Ashutosh.
Rahul, I do not buy this argument. Do not buy this argument that the NOC should be taken from the person concerned on whom the biopic is made. This will be a direct infringement about the creativity of a person.
Yes.
Having said that, I believe that the creativity does not need any kind of restrictions. Like somebody has just mentioned about that somebody has taken 35,000 GST. I would just want to tell him, does he know the name of Roman Polanski? He made a great film called The Pianist. He was arrested for something else. The creative genius of a director and the personality of a person is two different individuals, two different things. Roman Polanski is not known for what he did. Roman Polanski is known for the creativity he brought to the film industry. So let's not get into all these details. And let's also not demean this debate by
Ashutosh,
being
for heaven's sake.
disrespectful to Dr. Manmohan Singh. I'm very sorry to hear what GVL Narasimha has talked about Manmohan Singh. Manmohan Singh single-handedly defeated BJP in 2009. Let's not forget that. If he was so bad, then the BJP was worse in that situation. That such a weakest prime minister defeated BJP in 2009. Let's not get into that. The fact is, the Congress should not have reacted the way it is reacted. But
He was not allowed to pick his media advisor. He was not allowed to select his own media advisor.
You will accept that
He wanted to
Lalji
keep.
Advani was the prime ministerial
prime
candidate in
minister
2009.
who
They could not stand Mr. Manmohan Singh.
let's I want to bring in Zafar Sareshwala. This is important. Zafar Sareshwala, the film portrays Dr. Manmohan Singh as an individual who was hamstrung by the party and in the party by a family. Now, that is what the essence of the movie is about. And he is being portrayed, at least judging from the trailer of the movie, as an individual who wanted to break the shackles, who stood for India and not party interests. That's what is seemed to be suggested. And the little elements that are referred to in the trailer suggest that Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi treated him or ill-treated him and didn't give him the dignity. Now, whether that is the truth or it's fiction, it's wholly made up, does it matter today? A film is out there. Shouldn't people watch it and make up their own minds? This is a free country, free choice.
Rahul, I've come the last, so give me at least 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Sure.
See, I don't think anything through the trailer, what we have seen, there is nothing new that we don't know. And if it is based on that book was out, I think at least 5 years back. I don't think Manmohan Singh Saab has a career of 50 years. I mean, it's a long drawn career. I don't think a film can tarnish that image at all. And even if about Sonia Gandhi ji or Rahul Gandhi, a film, I think Congress party should not react, because film cannot make or mar anybody's career.
Well,
I mean,
would you give that same advice to the BJP?
It is a propaganda film.
You come
Listen
from a state where the film Parzania was banned. Would you give that same advice to GVL Narasimha Rao?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I'll tell, because you have read this, there was one film called Jism of Mahesh Bhatt in about 2011 or 12. Some party, NCP or somebody, had torn the posters and they wanted it to be banned. And Mr. Mahesh Bhatt directly went to Narendra Modi and Mr. Modi said, inverted commas, हाँ हमसे वो गलती हुई थी पहले, हम इसको अब दोहराएंगे नहीं, अब हम इसको दोहराएंगे नहीं, हुई थी. So my advice to BJP or to Congress,
together we make
take
a movie called Hero of Hatred 2002. Will you come and make a movie with me? I invite you to Gujarat, come, Ahmedabad. We together make a movie called Hero of Hatred 2002. Will you make it with me?
सुनिए निशान साहब, फिल्म ही होती है. हम अगर किसी भी फिल्म बना लें, अगर फिल्म के ऊपर से लोग फैसला कर रहे हैं, तो हम लोग लोगों की सेंस ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस को चैलेंज कर रहे हैं. आप नहीं करेंगे. लोग आप
मेरे साथ इस नाम की मूवी बनाएंगे,
आप मेरे बारे में भी फिल्म बना
हीरो ऑफ हेट्रेड 2002 इस नाम से मूवी बनाएंगे.
कुछ नहीं होगा.
जफर साहब इतना ही पूछा है, हाँ या ना?
No, let me ask GVL Narasimha Rao. GVL Narasimha Rao, will you allow a film hypothetically called the Hero of Hate 2002 to be released in Gujarat?
फिल्म बनाने
We know what we are talking about here.
फिल्म
Nishant Verma says, would you
जफर साहब आप
would you GVL Narasimha Rao?
मैं अकेला नहीं, हम दोनों मिलकर बनाएंगे. आप आएंगे?
Would you?
1 minute.
Rahul, do you think?
Would you?
Rahul, do you think Congress party has not made such attempts?
This will not make any impact on the election.
No, 1 minute.
Impact on the election.
1 second.
Will be
Let me
made
bring
by
in
the
GVL Narasimha Rao. GVL Narasimha Rao, it is a fact that films have been made
They will see
by
what
people who
they
are
are
sympathetic to a particular ideology on the Gujarat 2002 riots. We are aware of that.
अमिताभ बच्चन को रखा होता तो सच में अच्छी.
नहीं, 1 second. Mr. Verma, there have been movies that have been made, documentaries, let's not call them movies, documentaries that have been made on the Gujarat riots by individuals that belong to certain NGOs, etc., that had a particular ideological bent of mind and they were released. There's no doubt about that. So let's not make such a virtue. No, let's not make a virtue. I take your point. Parzania should not have been banned. A lot of other movies should not have been banned, but it's not as if things have not been said against the BJP. Malicious propaganda has not been sponsored against them, etc., Articles appear regularly here and there in various websites, etc., which have a political tint. But 1 minute, I'm taking a short break because joining us in about 3 minutes is Anupam Kher. Listen to what he had to say. Stay tuned. Anupam Kher, thank you for speaking to me. There's a huge controversy over the trailer of your film. We've only seen the trailer, Mr. Kher, but members of the Congress are already claiming it should be banned. Some people are suggesting that there should be cuts made to the movie because it insults the then former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. The leadership, the central leadership has distanced itself from some of these demands, but how do you respond to all of this?
Well, I think it's unfortunate that for a film that people who have worked very hard, and we are in 70 years of our independence, and we are still sort of reacting to films which or to certain kind of interpretations in this kind of a manner. I think we have progressed so brilliantly India has progressed, and it's important to change cinema. It's important to make films based on books written by the insiders of the PMO. Like in this case, the accidental Prime Minister was written by Sanjay Baru, who was the media advisor appointed by the Prime Minister himself or the government of that time himself. So we have taken the rights legally in 2014 from the writer, and it is in public domain that the producers are making a film for the last 2 years, and every time they have cast a new actor to play a certain character, it used to come in all the newspapers. And it's important to tell the political history of the country as it is. Obviously, when you see it in cinema, you feel maybe it doesn't suit certain people. So instead of talking about applauding about the brilliance of the people or hard work of the people, forget about the brilliance. If we get into this kind of a controversy, it feels that we are still far away from freedom of expression as far as certain people are concerned.
Well, yes, indeed, but the accusation is that this is based on a book which itself was controversial, which was dismissed by Dr. Manmohan Singh's daughter, who is a leading academic, as gossipy, based on frivolity, and not even a shred of fact, because as a media advisor, he would not have had access, according to the first family at that time, to the Prime Minister to have known these details. But that apart, Mr. Kher, you're also seen to be someone very close to the Prime Minister, an ardent devotee of the Prime Minister. And many people are saying that this is really a political plug. And if I were to quote the Congress, they've said this is politically motivated to boost the image of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's taking a bit of a knocking at the polls.
Well, people are most welcome to say whatever they want to say. You cannot wake up a person who is pretending to sleep. So I can never change a perception of people. They want to sort of say anything they want to say, but they are most welcome to make any films like this. It's a film which is censored. We have followed a certain procedure. We got the trailer censored by the censor board. We have got the film. We did not publicize anything till we had the censor certificate in our hands.
No, I'm talking about the motivation.
So you
because
cannot
questions are being asked about the motivation.
Well, motivation is something which I cannot change, as I said to you earlier. Even if so, they are most welcome. Who's saying this thing? They should make a film about. Recently, Shashi Tharoor wrote a book about Mr. Modi, some Prime Minister or something like that. I don't know what it is called. They should make it a thing. I think a creative work should be countered with creative work, not with words, not with motivation. The best thing about something these people do, they want to put the person in defensive mode. Make a film now. Who is stopping you from making a film? Yourself. I don't want to waste my life and energy in answering to certain people, in answering certain people who will put an interpretation. If I admire Prime Minister Modi, I will say it vocally. I don't have to act in a film to prove that.
Okay, so you yourself have said in interviews.
I can talk to you. I can talk. I know.
True. I understand that, but you know we are still on the motivation point, and
I don't have to make. And also, I have not invested money.
No, let me just ask you the question.
I have acted in the film. I am not the producer. I am not the director. I am not the distributor.
True.
And I am proud of the fact that my performance is the most difficult role I have done in my career of 35 years and 515 films. Abroad, you get Oscars for playing political figures, whether they are controversial or not controversial. Whether you are doing Lincoln, Daniel Day-Lewis gets an Oscar for that. Yeah, Meryl Streep gets for Margaret Thatcher's playing that. Ben Kingsley gets for Gandhi. And we are in modern 2018, and we are saying whether certain people say whether a film should be shown or not.
No,
this
absolutely.
film should be
There's
India's
no doubt
entry to
about
Oscars.
what you're saying.
And
freedom
my
of expression should be absolutely above, unless it is frightfully divisive or it's going to incite violence and it crosses the bounds of the Constitution. All films must be screened. Yes, I completely understand, but it's the motivation. Some of the individuals that you mentioned were never identified with the character in the manner that you seem to have been identified with Mr. Modi, who the Congress believes gains politically from this. You yourself have said that you don't mind being called a chamcha. of Narendra Modi. So is this a Chamcha's ode to Narendra Modi by showing up the Gandhis in the way that they have been portrayed in this movie on the back of the book?
Well, I will not necessarily do a film about it, and by you quoting me my earlier this thing, you cannot make me feel defensive about that also. And whosoever is trying to say that, they can say that. The film is made with total sincerity. This film will certainly immortalize Dr. Manmohan Singh. Not that he needs my stamp or the film to be immortalized, but it will certainly, he will be remembered for 1,000 years because of this film also.
Yeah, because you yourself had said in an interview to Mr. Rajat Sharma in Aapki Adalat that you don't mind being called a chamcha. So you were never defensive about this.
No, I remember that. Of course, I remember.
You were never defensive about this, and therefore today also you say that, look, this is my prerogative.
I'm still not defensive. That was said in a particular context. Yeah, this was said in a particular context. At that time, there was I may rectify that statement and say I'm a great admirer of Mr. Modi, and I'm proud to be his admirer. Nobody should make me defensive about it. I think the kind of work that he is doing for the country, it is remarkable. Just because certain people don't like him, just because he has come from a complete, he's not come from a family, doesn't take away the fact that he is a remarkable Prime Minister.
In the excerpts that we have seen, obviously, that are part of the trailer, Mr. Khed, it would appear that the Gandhis have been depicted as villains, so to speak. Do you believe that that is the case, or do we need to see the entire movie to put it into context?
I don't have to believe. I don't have to believe in. I'm given a script, and I'm a part of the film. You have to see the whole film, and people who feel that this is, they can read the book all over again.
Now, you've condemned the call for censorship, Mr. Khed. You condemn this on a point of principle.
I have to go, Rahul. Sorry, there's a huge line of people over here now.
I have 10 more minutes with you. I have 10 more minutes with you, sir. Please. You've condemned this call for censorship.
I cannot talk for 10 more minutes because there's a line of people over here.
No, would you then condemn the ban on the movie Kedarnath, several districts of Uttarakhand? The film was banned. Would you say that was wrong? That was done by a BJP
No movie should be
government?
banned by people. No movie should be banned which is passed by a censor board. I was the censor board chief for 1 year. That's a separate issue that Congress threw me out after 1 year when they came into the power. But no film should be banned by an individual, by an organization, by a political party if it has got a censor certificate.
Even if it includes the BJP? Because they banned in 4 states, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, the film Padmavat.
Anybody. And yet the film was a blockbuster.
Yes. So do you believe that this call for a ban on your movie is actually going to turn it into a blockbuster? Do you think it's actually helping you?
Well, any kind of this interview is also helping me. People are talking about an accidental Prime Minister. No, that is not. It is basically the film has to be good. It has to have merit. Okay. No kind of publicity can help for a certain point. Otherwise, blockbusters will not. Otherwise, superstars will always have blockbusters.
I'm going to ask you a very direct question now. You are a supporter of Mr. Modi, and I'm going to draw you back to an event that took place in 2009. Mr. Modi banned the book written by Jaswant Singh, and that was on Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Would you have endorsed that?
I am not aware of that.
I'll tell you.
I am not aware of that. What I am not aware of, you cannot ask me questions which I am not aware of. No, but I will not talk about something which I am not aware of.
No, but it's a fact. It's a fact.
No, but it is your fact. Unless I know about it, it has to.
Many people will see as you not taking a position.
No, but how are you going to decide what is a fact for me if I am not aware of it?
Okay.
No, but if it's not, I'm not aware, why will I talk about it?
Okay, in 2017, the BJP
government...
Let
me be aware of it, but just because you are telling me...
Okay, in 2017, the central BJP
I think, Rahul, we should talk about the performance of the film. I'm not here in a court of law. No, let me just tell you, Rahul, I'm not in a court of law and I don't have to answer your questions like that.
We are on freedom of expression. Very important to you as a creative force.
I have a freedom of expression to act in a film that I want to.
Yeah, so I'm asking you, as a supporter of Mr. Modi, would you have therefore supported his decision to deny the screening
I'm
of
supporter of
documentary
India
films on
also.
Rohit Memula?
Let's not make it about Mr. Modi
International
about
Documentary
it.
and Short Film
No.
Festival?
No. Let's not make it an. Let's not only make it. No. Let's not make it about Mr. Modi. I'm a supporter of India, and he happens to be the Prime Minister of the country. He's not some dukandar or something like that. You're talking about the Prime Minister of the country.
Yeah, we are talking also about India, because you're talking about India and the
no more
value
a
of
chai
freedom
wala.
of expression. And if a government steps on that, then you're obviously harming the interests of India. So I'm asking you once again.
We have to come on to this now.
No, once again, I'm asking you very, very quickly, Mr. K, would you endorse decisions by the Modi government
Rahul,
to ban
there are people
in the
who
past,
are after my life.
In the past, I'm only asking you this very straightforward question.
Sorry?
Would you take a position against the NDA government?
No, but I'm supposed to be aware of it, no?
Well, all of these are very well publicized.
Sorry?
I'm surprised that you're not aware of it, because a lot of this would have actually happened during the time when you were censor board chief.
Who was the director of Gone with the Wind?
Okay, I wouldn't know.
Who made Five-Man Army?
I wouldn't know that.
What was Stanislavski's first book's name?
But I would take you. But
you're a well-read
value.
person. You should be able to answer those
questions. No, but I would take you at face value if you told me.
But you should be,
because I trust you.
So don't. No, but no. Why should you take me on offense? No, you trust me. That's a fantastic thing. But I don't. Your trust should not be so shaky that if I tell you that I'm not aware of certain things, that you start being shaky about my trust.
Oh, okay. Very interesting, because the whole question now is not so much, and this is what the Congress is saying, timing and motivation, not political, nothing political about this.
Nothing political about this. It is an amazing film. Nothing political about this. It's an amazing film. On 11 January, please watch Accidental Prime Minister.
Okay, since my trust is not shaky.
Did you like the trailer? Rahul, no, let me ask you, did you like the trailer?
I'm going to take you at face value. We leave it at that. Thank you very much,
but
Mr. Anupam K. Yes.
Did you like Did you like the trailer of Accidental Prime Minister?
I thought you did a fantastic job portraying the then Prime Minister.
That's what is important.
You got the intonation down right, and also the movements.
The biggest tribute to the biggest tribute to me was given to me by my mother, who did not recognize it was me. She thought it was Mr. Manmohan Singh.
Okay. Did you meet Sanjay Baru at any point during the making of this movie? Did you speak to Sanjay Baru at any time?
No, I didn't meet to. I read his book.
Okay. What did you make of the book?
I spoke to him.
What were the feelings that went through you when you read that book? What were the feelings?
I have to. No. We'll have a chat. We'll have a talk about that later.
This is the time to have the talk.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
It motivated you. It motivated you to make a movie. What did you make of the? What did you make of the book? Last two questions. What did you make of the book? Last two questions. Anupam K. Last two questions.
It inspired me to be the part of the film.
Okay.
It had a great potential for me as an actor.
That was Anupam K. trying to obviously put his best foot forward when it came to making of this movie, and the charges that he has done this as a political hit job to enhance the reputation of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as well as, of course, through his portrayal, suggesting that Dr. Manmohan Singh was a victim of circumstances, especially those that were thrust upon him by an unyielding family, a family that wanted to promote its own self-interest. Very interesting. I'm sure this controversy is not going to go away. It's also going to test the Congress's own resolve on the hot button issue of freedom of expression, which Rahul Gandhi has come out constantly and championed. The party, as of now, viewers, has taken an enlightened position, saying that we are not going to even push for a ban in the states that we're in power. So people are free to watch this movie and make up their mind. But they've also said that they will not stop congressmen from protesting. So if those protests turn violent tomorrow, if some of those congressmen go out there and threaten the distributors, the party says that's up to them, because it comes down to their feelings. We leave it at that. Well, co-producer Ashok Pandit also here with us. Mr. Pandit, what was your objective when you set out to make this movie?
Rahul, the objective is very simple. It is about a film, a subject which the producer of the film, Sunil Bora, who read the book and he thought about 4 years back that this book has a potential to be made as a film. Nothing was decided during that time. It was his concept, it was his decision. Sunil Bora, who has given very big hit films to the industry, Gangs of Wasipur, Tanu Veds Manu. So he has a solid, good background as far as films are concerned. And it was his vision, his conviction that this film should be made. Then Vijay Gutte, the director of the film, came on board. He also read, and they both started working on the film. The entire script division started working on it, and they worked for nearly 2.5 to 3 years on this.
Yeah, but what was the objective?
I'm telling you what is the motive behind the film. We as makers, we as directors, we as makers, if we find something very interesting and a story to be narrated, and it should kick the maker, any maker for that matter, any producer for that matter, if he finds the kick, he has a right to make that film. And then Sunil Bora, myself and Vijay Gutte, we approached Anupam Kher. We told him to do this film and act in it. Initially he refused. He said, no, I cannot do it. And then after discussing with him 3 or 4 times, we were with him, something went into his mind. He's telling you all the interviews that on television when he was watching Manmohan Ji walking, that walk actually inspired him, and he was not able to do that. So as actor, Rahul, he took it as a challenge and he did that. There is a lot of sincerity in the film, there is a lot of genuinity in the film, and we as makers are giving this film with a lot of dignity. There is no ridiculation. It is like any other Hollywood film, political film, which is normally made outside.
Okay, it was sincere, Ashutosh, and it presented a challenge to the actor, and it inspired creativity in the director. Do you take this as a valid reason?
See, I'm a film buff, and I love to watch movies, and I still remember that one of the best movies ever made on a political personality was the Nixon, and the role was done by the Anthony Hopkins. I very much remember that. But to admire accidental Prime Minister, I have to watch that movie. I'm also a great admirer of Anupam Kher, despite his ideological lines. I think that he's one of the best actors this country has ever produced. In Silence, he was absolutely world class. There is no doubt about it. One of the best movies ever made. But to accept that he has done justice to the movie and to the character, Mr. Manmohan Singh, I have to watch that movie. For that, just wait.
Okay, so Nishant Verma, that's a very reasonable response. I think the Congress might be jumping the gun. And I have a feeling, Mr. Nishant Verma, that the Congress is jumping the gun because it might be confronted for the first time by a truth that it has tried to run away from.
See, I was listening to entire discussion of yours with Anupam Kher and Ashok Pandit. I was not expecting anything other than what they said. So that is one part of it. With regards Congress jumping around, I am sure Congress will and Congress supporters will jump around, because the way the timing has been induced for this particular movie to be launched, the way BJP has purposefully launched the trailer from their official Twitter handle. If BJP is trying to play politics, definitely Congress is bound to retaliate, and nobody should stop and nobody can stop. It would have been the similar way if Congress would have done something on these lines, BJP would have retaliated.
Ashok Pandit,
so
do you think that the BJP tweeting your movie has done a disservice to the movie? It's brought it into a controversy which could have been best avoided?
Rahul, I think that question should be asked to a BJP spokesperson. I am not a BJP spokesperson.
No, I'm asking you as a producer of the movie.
Everybody has a right to react the way they want to react democratically. How can I take the right from?
But a political party has appropriated your movie.
It's their call.
Does it disturb you? Does it disturb you?
No, the political party belongs to this country. It is not a political party for Pakistan. So it is their right. Today, Congress, if legally,
can I ask a question to Dr. Pandit?
Against the film, there is no problem in it. There is no problem in it. And I'll tell you one thing, Rahul. I think you're not aware of this. See, nobody is talking. You know who's the creative director of the film, and you know his nuances. The creative director of the film is Hansal Mehta. Hansal Mehta is the creative director of the film. So we in films, in cinema, we might be having our opinions outside, but when we make a film, when I do plays, when I direct plays, when I make my films,
Dr. Pandit, how was your experience working with the director?
We are mad after subjects.
Okay, well, I'll tell you one thing.
Dr.
Viewers, I
Pandit,
need to
how
wrap
was
this
your
up because
experience
Nishant
with the
Verma is going to now spin out some other theory which is irrelevant to the entire enterprise. And I think what Ashutosh has been saying through this show is important. It's not about the timing. It's not even about the motivation. It's really about, at the end of the day, the freedom, the license to create art. And we have to respect that. And we have to free it from the shackles of politics. That's what it is about at the end of the day. The Congress is being, and once again, to quote Ashutosh, idiotic, to paraphrase him, idiotic by taking umbrage. And the BJP must also tomorrow think, if a film goes against their ideology, narrative, etc., they need to also show the statesmanship and allow movies and let the viewers, at the end of the day, who are also voters, decide. We leave it at that. News are coming up. Don't go away.